Another Kyoto production.
Finally! What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Shabazz. Welcome to the channel. Episode 14 of the ShabazzTV Show. The one and only weekly episodic YouTube channel that talks about anime. What's going on? It's your boy Shabazz. How you doing? One Piece, favorite anime. You already know the vibes. Today is a part 2 of last week's installment of anime with the Upsilons. Last time we had some dope ass bros. Again, shout out to all you guys that pulled up. But we got some new bros here because they couldn't make it last week. You feel me? But they was like, yo, I got you this week. So I was like, I respect it. We got 2 bros. I mean, it might be more depending on my son. The second guest is gonna pull up. He might got some clout. You know, he might got some clout to get some bros over here on the wavy side. Wait. But first, coming to the set. Feel me? I don't want to stall you guys any longer. Coming to the set is a fellow straw hat. For me, my boy Millie Mills in the spot, man.
Yeah. What's family? How y'all doing?
What up, though? What the hell? Where this dude go? What the hell?
I don't know. We lost him, but I'm here.
Word. We here. I mean, word. We watching this from home. You're here too for me. So, without further ado, let's get right into this episode, man. Word. So, what got you into anime?
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like
hold on. My fault. I'm sorry, but he pulls up now. Your man. Welcome, boys. What's going on, bro?
Y'all can hear me? I can't hear the audio.
Oh, we can hear you.
We can hear you. Yeah. It's over, bro. It's over. It's okay. It's awkward. Yo, it's okay.
Oh, I can hear it now because I plugged into my car. You guys can still see me?
Yes, we can still see you.
See you, hear you. We can hear the wind blowing on the side of your car.
Yo, it's over. Son. It's over. I appreciate you for the effort. You feel me? But I'm currently busy, so for me,
I'm almost there.
Nah, it's over. It's over. I appreciate you. The love is there.
Okay. I got you.
Bro. I hope it was worth it.
It's over. I had to go. It was hard. My heart's strong. But continue.
Oh. What got me into anime? I feel like I was always into it, you know. I remember like living in the DR and, you know, watching like Digimon when I was like 4 or 5 years old, you know, skip into, you know, 4 or 5 years later, I was like really heavy on watching like cartoons and action shows. I was very like shonen oriented. Boom, Tsunami, Cartoon Network After Dark, all the gems, the best and most popular anime there was, and I was just hooked, bro. You know, the rest is history.
When you came to the States?
So I lived in the Dominican Republic until I was about 7. So I had to come about 2003.
Okay. So basically, right when like the big three was like popping, and then like
When it was
we can't.
big 3, not this new generation. No, the OGs.
Okay.
Naruto, Bleach, One Piece.
For me, but for me, all the anime that you was watching, right? What was that like? Not the one that brought you into the anime world, but what was like random night on TV in DR? Like, what was that first one for you? Like that you can vaguely remember? Like
The one I vaguely remember is Digimon. And I just remember staying like, I'm 4 or 5 years old, and these shows would run around like either like 7 in the morning or just really late at night. And I just know I was up watching. And it didn't matter when, it didn't matter the time, but when Digimon was on, so was I.
Okay. Did you collect anything with Digimon or no?
I used to like collect like toys, action figures. I was mostly like a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, so I had my dual monsters. Me and my cousin would go at it, and it would be chaos, bro. We end up fighting. My aunt would have to take our cards away. Like it was done, bro. He'd be like, "Yo, you stealing my cards? This, and that." I was like, "Nah."
Damn. Speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh, it's kind of like a not sponsored, but y'all should definitely sponsor me. Where there's a new game called Master Duel.
Master Duel.
Yeah, bro. You really can make your own decks and stuff. You gotta buy packs and all that. It's on you have PS5, PS4. It's on everything. It's on your phone. It's on the Switch. It's on Xbox. It's on everything. So definitely, if you're watching this, hit up Master Duel. Download it. It's free 99. It's free 99. You feel me? So download that and duel with your friends. You can do it online. I'm on Platinum League now. Shout out to me.
Platinum.
Yeah, it was a grind. I had to sweat my ass off for that. Word. But yo, Josh, what's going on, baby? Word. But so like you came to the States in 03. For me, Big 3 was popping, all that. Was you one of those like, cause you say you always was into anime? Was you one of those like nerds that was always getting made fun of for loving anime or not?
I feel like I was definitely, one of the kind of like the outsiders, but I never like saw myself as necessarily like the nerd type, Not that there's anything wrong with that, because nerds rule the world. Shitting me. But yeah, back in those days, they have this negative connotation about like being into anime and being different, being into different medias and content. And for me, it was just more like, this is something I love. This is some shit I care about. I don't care what anybody's saying. But it wasn't like I'm over here screaming to the top of my lungs like, I love One Piece. That's my shit. What's wrong with no? It kept it low key and kept it pushing.
Okay. And now that it's kind of like the trend now, like you're more comfortable saying that you love One Piece, Naruto, whatever. You're comfortable wearing a Nami sweater, like you feel me? Like,
let me stand up real quick.
Oh, hold on, Nami Swan. Oh shit! But like now that anime is a trend, now you're more comfortable with expressing your love for it.
Honestly, bro, the only reason I feel like I might have avoided, that being a topic of conversation is because for the shorties, bro, like they don't be jacking that. They're like, yo, this kid's a nerd, he into anime, what a bozo. Me, fuck out of here. Okay. In this day and age, I feel like it's definitely more accepted, so like people are more comfortable just, expressing their love for it. And I feel like with the times, as times have changed, so have we,
Okay. Yo, you'd be surprised nowadays. There be some. I'll be on TikTok. I'm like, yo, this fire show. He's doing cosplay. The guest I got coming next week, she's kind of attractive. Like she be into this anime stuff too. I was telling you about it earlier. Like, yo, like nowadays, bro, you never know. Megan Thee Stallion, like you gonna gatekeep Megan Thee Stallion to watch anime? Nah, you gonna watch it with her. Like,
bro, like it's like it's basically, you know, you see your celebrities, you know, artists, models, people, you know, with influence, you know, they're revealing that, hey, they're into anime. They put in their lyrics, they put in their captions and their Halloween costumes, and now it's like it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, it's smooth word.
It didn't take them to, you know, they just put a little spotlight on it, but we always been here, baby.
It's always been there. It's always been. That's a fact. So like the way you sound it, you're more of like the OG, like OG over everything. But what are your thoughts on like anime today? And like, do any of these like new gen anime like stand out to you in a point? Like, can it compete with the old gen or not?
When you put it that way, I just think about like it's very hard for me to get into a new anime because I feel like I'm invested in these stories. You know, the OGs are, I don't know, anywhere from like 400 plus episodes and up. Now you have, you know, these one season shows where it's like studios are more carried about sales and money and, you know, what's appealing. Oh, it's not selling, boom, we drop it. No, bro. But I gotta say there are a few gems, you know, that make up for it, you know, with good plot, great cinematics, and just like they changed the game, you know, they're capable of doing so much more that they weren't able to do before. You look at a show like Demon Slayer, and it's just like it's fascinating just to watch all the animation and the work they put in, and it's so commendable, you know.
Okay. So like, you would say Demon Slayer, like not that it could compete with the old gen, but like it has like in terms of like the new like cast of characters, like it kind of like not head and shoulders above the rest, but it definitely has like in terms of like the appeal, it has like the best appeal out of the most of the new gen out here.
It's definitely one of those, you know. I feel like it's one of those animes that it fills the room, you know, like it takes space. It claimed its place amongst, you know, the greats in its own way. So I definitely think it's up there amongst where, you know, we got some other ones I can mention later.
We're gonna do that later. Where? But for me, I feel like with new gen, right? There's absolutely nothing wrong with new gen anime. I feel like it's more of like the community as well, because I'm all about the positive. I watch what I want to watch. If you like it, cool. If you don't like it, cool. I'ma still like your opinion has no effect on me watching the show.
Facts.
I feel as though nowadays with anime today, it's all about the animation. As our attention spans get like shorter and shorter, like you said it earlier, like they don't care about the story. These companies only care about the sales and like the profitability that they can get from the anime. So they can say, "Oh, yeah, throw like a couple like mad money into Demon Slayer animations and have the shit looking A1." And some people don't like the story to Demon Slayer. My twin, he even said he watched season 2 of it and he was like, I have to retract my statement because he's like, all right, this is very compelling now. So like it takes a while for these new gen animes to like, God dang, yo, my man, he be at. He's like, oh, he's like, my bad, bro. Like, I'm free now. Nah, it's over, son. Once you broke my heart, it's over, son. But back to what I was saying though, like with new gen anime, it kind of builds up slow. But some of them, like Attack on Titan, first episode hits you with the heat rock. You're like, oh shit. And then as the story gets better and better, some people say not better, but I think the story gets better and better and more complex and mad loops and all this other shit. It's kind of giving me like the One Piece vibe where the one small thing from the beginning ties into Wano or ties into Whole Cake or ties into arcs later in the story. So a lot of anime today don't really have that same vibe, except for like, I would say Attack on Titan. And maybe My Hero, maybe, but like it's kind of hard to determine where it is like gonna go from here. Versus back then, off the rip, you were seeing some shit with not really One Piece. It kind of started slow, but Naruto, Laying the Waves, it's crazy. Bleach, I didn't watch Bleach, but I know of Bleach. Code Geass, shit was crazy. Hunter x Hunter, shit was crazy. She was like lit off the rip. Versus nowadays, it's kind of like hit or miss sometimes.
And you know, it's funny you mentioned that because you have all these amazing shows that are, you know, standing their ground and really taking the spotlight and competing, you know. And it's just interesting to see them, you know. We're in the early phase of it all, you know. It's almost like we're on this new generational wave where we don't know how long these anime are really gonna last or how complex they can really get. We just see the promise and, you know, the animation and passion going into it. So that's something that I feel like just attracts people. And what I will say, and I say this all the time about, you know, Japanese culture in comparison to like American stories, it's like in America, they're looking to make a profit as well, but it's mostly like what's going to sell. And it's not about creating new ideas or unique twists. It's more like, what can we remake now? How can we flip a quick buck, you know? And
Bel Air, yeah, you're right. Bel Air, like they remade an iconic '90s show and made it 2022.
there wasn't a need for it. There wasn't. You could have like, you know, made a different story. Like it could be inspired by Bel Air, but you didn't have to reboot the whole show. Like it just takes away from its authenticity. You know what I'm saying? And then pivot to the Japanese culture. I will say they have some of the most amazing storytelling there is, if not the best. You know, we're talking top tier. This is the passion they have for, you know, their own art, and the fact that they are able to share that with the rest of the world. You know.
Yeah, my twin, he says instant, like US has instant gratification. So like we want like off the rip versus Japanese and other cultures, they want the prolonged like enjoyment. So One Piece, I think, is the second highest thing ever behind Superman. Is gonna catch up soon, believe it. But like the One Piece is my favorite because of the journey. I had a little like mini beef with myself. I wanted to make a TikTok about it, but I was like, nah, I'm not. But basically, like one of the bros from Abaquad, PK was on the show last week. He said he didn't want to watch One Piece because it's 1,000 episodes, right? And this segues into the anime community, but I just want to say this thing real quick. I say this every episode I can get. If you're watching an anime to finish it, you're watching it wrong. You're supposed to watch it, take your time with it. If you can watch 10 episodes, cool. If you can only watch one at a time when you get a chance, that's cool too. But you're supposed to enjoy the moment. You're supposed to enjoy every arc, enjoy every character. Not, oh, the high moments are in Just Rosa. It's in the New World. Oh, you're gonna just rush past. No way. Everything builds up. Especially with One Piece is one of those like complex anime. Everything in the beginning, it catches up to the ending. Like it all ties together somehow. And you're watching an anime, not even One Piece. If you're watching any anime for the sake of, oh, I just want to finish something, you're watching it for the wrong reasons.
Well, I just want to put something in the background. No, we're talking about, you know, one man aspiring to become the king of the world, of the seas, you know, of the pirates. It's like, this is probably the greatest story ever written. I'm glad it's 1,000 episodes, because you imagine you just rush through that in 60 episodes. Like,
I'd be tight. I'm like, that's it.
Oh, we're very invested, and there's still so many mysteries and plot threads that we learned about like day one. We still don't know.
Yeah.
Like, what's up with his moms, bro?
Where his mom at? Where his mom at?
Needs to be answered, and you know, I'm in it for the long haul. You know, I've invested enough time that y'all catch myself rewatching. You know, when it's like we're waiting on a new arc or the next season to drop, I'll start from the very beginning and just kind of give myself some time.
That's you? Nah, me with One Piece, and then I want your thoughts on the anime community. For me with One Piece, or any anime that I'm up to date with, like My Hero or Attack on Titan, I will watch a new series, watch the entire thing, whatever, however long it takes, a week or two, whatever. Let the episodes marinate, and then I read the manga, so I already know what happens. Especially
Right.
I already know what fucking happened. Shit's lit. So like, I just want to see it. So I don't care how long it takes me to see what happens, as long as I get to watch it. But give me your thoughts, because I personally think the anime community is fucking toxic as fuck.
Oh,
we'll get to that later. Give me your thoughts.
Very least.
That's all you gotta say is very toxic.
Talking about the anime community, I mean, yeah, it could be definitely toxic, but it's also like, they have such a strong presence on like social media and like
Mm.
Twitter, you know, for example. And it's just not only does it like raise awareness about anime in general, because people are like, yo, what is this cool art? What is this funny, you know, meme? But like they have such a huge influence, you know, and like the rule of law is like and memes run the world, you know. So it's like it's almost like the potential they have to just, you know, impact and create influence. It's something else entirely, bro.
Okay, so you're if you know you are aware that it's toxic, but anime can be used for a benefit to increase the awareness and to increase the more fans. Okay, that's a different outlook. I've never like everyone is usually on my type of wavelength where like you're like, why do you care what I watch? Why is everything mid because you don't like it? Like, but you bring a valid perspective because at the end of the day, the more anime fans there are, the more like because like obviously like they if they see like let's say Jujutsu Kaisen is obviously coming out soon, whatever. But like let's say season 1 was done, come I think they said in the winter, but like whatever. If they say season 1 was done and they want like our feedback or like our reaction to it, if there are more anime fans, there's more opportunities to watch Jujutsu Kaisen or watch Demon Slayer or watch my whatever new gen anime is coming out, and we have that positive like feedback for it, they're gonna want to reinstall it for another season. So it leads to more money and more profit for the companies, but more enjoyment for us. But me, this shit is toxic as fuck. Like I hate as a person who creates content on YouTube and TikTok, I hate it because it's more so like everyone wants to debate. Why is everything? Nothing has to be a debate. Everything I'm seeing is constantly Naruto versus One Piece, the big three versus like each other. I'm like, bro, why does it matter? I like Naruto and Bleach. I've never watched Naruto and One Piece. I've never watched Bleach, but why does that matter?
I mean, I think I'm part of the problem because, for example, I'll give you Devontae. You know, that's my bro. That's like my twin, my other half. This man claims that his favorite is Hunter X Hunter, and I'm just like, how in the hell? After that Chimera and arc, bro, I was just distraught. I'm like, bro, I can't watch this anymore. I can't, you know, me and you know, hearing that, like, that's the like peak, you know, quality anime you aspire to. You know, I got a couple years on him, but not that many. And then my personal favorite, you know, One Piece, of course. I feel like to me that's the pinnacle of anime, the best story ever written. So it's like to hear somebody say, "Oh, this is so much better." Of course, I'm gonna be like, "Hell no! What crap is you smoking?" Like, no, bro. Like, you need to. And no, here's what upsets me. It's like you can have your opinion, but it's like you can't debate these things unless you've watched both thoroughly. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
It's until you get to the spot where I'm at, like your points aren't valid. You don't know what's coming. You don't know, you know, the greatness that lies beyond. So it's like, no.
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's part of a problem, but I feel like with that, that's more like that's brotherly banter. Like you said, that's your other half. Like that's brotherly banter. Like, but you have that knowledge to say, oh, is it though? But that's more like a One Piece buy because you know One Piece is the GOAT. But like that's just you. That's you and Devontae's relationship. But I'm talking about like they were really like it wasn't even anime related. It was about cartoons. It wasn't even my video. I like like duets and stuff on TikTok. Like I duetted to somebody's top 10 Cartoon Network shows of all time. And at like literally of last week, I had like 30,000. As of right now, I have how many people? How many people? I got fucking 46.8K views on this TikTok that I didn't even make. It's fire. Thank you. But I didn't even make it. And it's just people going back and forth in the comment section debating about cartoons. I'm like, bro, that's mad. Like, granted, you're helping me like get more people to watch myself. I appreciate it. But like, bro, it's stuff like that. Like, why does everything have to be a debate? If I like something, you don't have to like it. I want to watch what the hell I'm watching. At the end of the day, I'm watching it from my phone, from my laptop, or from my P5. That's me. Why does it matter for you?
I mean, to me, bro, I don't care what other people watch, what you into, what you think is your favorite. All I care about is what I care about, what I like, But I will say, I feel like because it's specifically anime just hits so close to home, and the people be so passionate and invested in these stories. It's like it's easy for you to defend your favorites. Like, I'm gonna chime in here. Your opinion is trash. That is not valid. It's definitely my, like it's natural, and I understand the debate. And I think it's something that happens, outside of anime. So, you just mentioned cartoons and shows. Like, people are gonna claim their favorites. This happens constantly all the time with sports, with basketball teams. Like,
True.
so it's like it's just in nature, I guess.
So you
People.
think that because I think sports are like a microcosm of society. Like the way we feel about sports and like the way like there's athletes that go through racial stuff, it's kind of like a reflection of society. Do you think eventually, as it's becoming more mainstream now, but it's still not like the best like source of like mainstream media? Do you feel as though eventually like anime will become like, depending on how people feel about particular anime, it will become like a reflection of like how we live our daily lives. Like, oh, I don't fuck with you because you like I'm trying to random anime. I don't fuck with you because you like High School DxD. I love it, by the way. But I don't fuck with you because you like One Piece. I don't fuck with you because of XYZ. You like this because, and then like this is becoming like a whole debate on why, like I'm a Ravens fan in real life, and my Twins and Saints fan. I don't be like, oh, that's why the Saints is fucking trash. I only do that to the Jets and the Giants because that's like and the Cowboys. But like whatever. But like we only do that because it's not really out of like spite. I don't give a fuck about the Cowboys. I don't give a fuck about anything else. I care about my Ravens. So if you're gonna talk shit about my Ravens, like you said, like that personal like attack, like you gonna talk about my anime, like what you want right now? Their favorite anime is trash. Like, so I can see that. It's just weird that why we gotta something innocent that wasn't even meant for us because it's made from Japanese. It wasn't meant for America. But thanks to Dragon Ball, Sailor Moon, and all that, it came here. But
That's, that's a testament to the potential it has. Like, in younger years, we talked about how it wasn't traditionally cool, and like typically it was like the stereotypical like nerd type that was really into anime because it was different, but now it's like it's invading, it's everywhere, it's in your face. Social media is just like it put a battery in its pack, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, to me, it's just astounding how far it's gotten. But if I'm looking ahead, I could totally see that happening. If it's something you genuinely care enough about, yeah, bro, talk shit about One Piece, bro. I ain't fucking with you. Kick rocks, nigga. You could drown in the ocean. People be extreme, bro.
People will be extreme. I feel like it's all like the reason I started anime on my channel was to promote more anime positivity because of what I see on TikTok or what I see on Twitter or what I see on IG. It's like everyone is like bashing other animes. And to some points I get it. But when you start questioning people's like anime like intellect or anime palette because of like whatever they want to watch. Like I forgot what it was, but someone my bro was like, yo, not my bro, like one of my man, like my man's. He was like, yo, if you like Black Clover, it's a copy of Naruto. Like he was just going. And I'm like, bro, I like it though. Like I like Naruto and I like Black Clover. Like, what's the problem with that? Oh, he was like, I think he said, if Attack on Titan is in like your top 3 or top 5, you don't know anime. I'm Crazy Legs. If you're watching this, I probably misquoted you, but I can pull up the chat, whatever. But like basically, it was like, yo, like, why if that's what they like, why are you tripping, bro? Like, why is that a bad thing if they like whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you're saying it might become a point where anime becomes like that clash of everything is an argument. That's just unfortunate. That's just unfortunate.
I mean, I hope it doesn't get that serious because at the end of the day, it just depends on the people, Like that, I feel like it's very easy for people to be, aggressive and talk their shit online, but in person, it's like I don't see that happening because a lot of the voices that come crazy and toxic aren't like that in real life, So it's like take it with a grain of salt, I'm sure arguments will happen, but I don't think people like, yo, what's up? Like square good. Like talking shit. Like,
Okay. I feel like we can have more like something like this where we're having conversations about anime, and there might be points there like it might rile up an argument about something, but I feel like that's fine.
Right,
But
of
where
course.
it's like people off the rip have that preconceived notion like your opinion is ass because you like this, that, and the third. Just like degrading the anime watcher, and like it gets more like a personal attack, not about the anime. Like again, we're talking about if we're talking about anime, that's one thing. But when people start insulting like other people's like anime knowledge or anime love, that's where I'm like, bro, like you're dragging it, and it's really be TikToks. I'm like, yo, you're trash, you're dumb because of this. Why we gotta attack people's personal character?
That's a
Because
fact.
of
And it's something like it's real personal. I feel like the anime you're into really is a reflection about you, and your interests. So it's like, who are you to really, try to put somebody down for it? Like, like let them like what they like.
let them like let them like what they like. Let them like what they like. But we talked about a lot. I know you were saving it. Yeah, I know you had this like you had this in your back pocket ready. So I believe in top tens because you gotta have like a ranking system on everything you watch. You gotta have an impression. It leaves it like if you finish an anime or you're watching an anime, it obviously leaves an impression on you. But there was a guest I had another time. His name is Sig Hobie Cow. Shout out to you, OG. He was like, yo, like he doesn't have top tens because like it's kind of like being disrespectful to the anime, which was a valid point. Because like you're like rating it out of 10, and like you're putting this one above this one, but like you enjoyed like different things about each anime. To that point, I was like, that's a valid point, but you gotta have a top 10. What are you talking about?
Yeah, bro. Like I feel like you're not appreciating, your favorites enough. It's almost like a disservice. Like if something, resonates and like appeals to you more than others, yeah, it's gonna be higher on that list. Like
Indeed. So give me your top 10 anime of all time.
I thought very carefully about this. Number 10, we'll start off with DBZ, a classic,
Number 10?
Yes, bro, rein it in. You know,
The mask gonna hate you, son.
yeah, that's okay. That's okay. All right, number 9, I have to say Attack on Titan. This is an anime I watched first episode. I'm like, my God, what have I discovered? What is going on here? And it's one of those shows that like a lot of people want you to get into, and you're kind of like, and then you finally do, and you're like, I understand, and I agree. Number 8, we got Black Clover. I wanted to mention that comment you made before about Black Clover being just what was it, a reboot of what?
A copy of Naruto. Someone said.
Listen, bro, we could have 3 freaking reboots for Spider-Man. We could have a little magical copy of Naruto, and I'm perfectly fine with it because I'm here for all the gas. Where are we at? Number 7. That would have to be Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer number 7, okay. Yo, Mike, what's going on, baby? Yeah. Billy Mills and spot. Yeah.
Demon Slayer just caught me off guard, bro. The animation is next level. And it's just, I'm a very visual person, so it's like off rip. That's what drove me in. The fighting scenes, epic. Next level. Number 6 is Naruto. One of the OGs, of course. That was definitely one of those shows that kind of piqued my interest, got me into anime, and I would binge watch, bro. That was my shit. Everybody, bro, what kid do you know doesn't want to be a ninja, bro?
Indeed.
Let's be honest.
But real quick before I let you continue, Naruto went from ninjas, like ninjas are supposed to be like silent, like low key in the shadows, whatever. It went from that pure like aspect of ninjas to niggas doing freaking lightning gods, freaking off the ass, niggas freaking blowing shit up to the moon. Like what? Making the moon.
The power leveling is definitely insane, and you see that in a lot of shows. But I'm here for it, bro.
The concept of ninjas, though,
makes the story compelling.
Well, go ahead. Though.
What was that? Number 6. We're at number 5. One of the newer shows, and one of my personal favorites is Jujutsu Kaisen, bro. Like I feel like for a first season for a show, they did everything right. And you'll see that my list is very shonen oriented because that's just, I'm all about adventure and, characters overcoming, all odds and rising, despite all their challenges and obstacles. But Jutsu Kaisen just, it had its own twist, its own flavor. It's almost like there was a missing space and they just filled it up. Talking like curses and like ghosts, and it's something that hasn't been tapped before enough for me to like be interested in. So I really appreciate it. Number 4. I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but it is Mare, Martian Awakens Romance. This is one of the Toonami classics, bro. Like, this is one of the shows that I had to watch sub. Like, I refused to watch dub, at an early age, but I was like, there's no way I'm missing out on the story. I'm going to find these pirated videos or wherever they may be in the web, and I am going to stream them. I am going to watch them. Definitely check it out, bro. It's up there. Number 3, I'm going to go with Bleach. Bleach is one of those shows that, first of all, the soundtracks, the intro's fire, top tier. I have rarely seen any other anime on par with Bleach. And, that's really what got me into, like,
debatable.
Yes, bro. Into all
debatable.
What else?
That's debatable.
Talk to me.
It's on my list. I'll tell you. I'll tell you this. The one show that got better. It's only one soundtrack, but it's definitely better than anything Bleach could come up with. No cap. It's on my list. I'll tell my list after you, but that's a strong statement. The best OSTs
from season 1, fire. Also, their costume, the attire, the design, bro, way ahead of the time. Way ahead of the time. You look at some of those characters now in the intros, and you're like, this is stuff we literally wear now. Like, this is in right now.
Yeah, one thing I'll give Bleach credit for, because I never watched it, but one thing, the visualization of the black characters, because in other anime they be really like sort of disrespectful with black characters, but shows like Fire Force and Bleach, they show characters, they show us some love. Like Yoichi's fire. I feel like there's like one other Slayer, like he's like fire. He's like adult, like looks mad cool. So like they definitely show their love to the black characters.
That was, I think, the first time I really saw like a Latino, character. They had one of the main characters. His name is Sato, Chad, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
And he's Mexican, bro. I was like, yo, this is so fire that they tied in the lore and kind of like pull something from a different, background into this. It was good representation. All right, number 2, and this just called me into this world, this beautiful anime world, and it is what is known as Digimon. You heard? Fuck that Pokemon shit. That's for the birds. Digimon actually had a plot, a story, a ending. Everybody got married and had kids. It was everything you could want in a child's anime, bro. All right, and this goes without saying. It needs no introduction whatsoever. I'm talking like the holy grail of all, like the cream of the crop, the cream of the creme, fucking One Piece. You heard?
Right.
Greatest story ever told. And I'll probably keep saying this until the day I die.
It's not even over yet. You believe it? You believe it's gonna be 5 years, bro? You believe 5 years?
I don't believe it. I don't believe this, man. They take so many breaks, and they're still so far behind.
But they're still in Wano, my nigga. In the manga, they're still in Wano.
There's so many plot threads. How do you tie them up? How do you conclude this? Like, literally, you're either gonna build it up so the last, like, let's say 150 chapters are just pure gas, or Oda's gonna take his time. And the one thing we know about Oda is he gonna take his time.
He's gonna tell his story the way he wanted to tell it.
He could literally take 5 to 10 years to finish the story, and the fans will wait and they will marvel at the beautiful story he writes, bro. Like, my man could, like, I don't even know, like, fart stories, bro, and people gonna breathe that shit in, bro, because it's just that guys.
Just that guys. I'm jacking like at least 10, because we still gotta hit Elbaf. We still gotta hit. We gotta do the final war. We gotta find the One Piece, like that, like whatever the One Piece is. Gotta have like a massive backstory on that. Blackbeard gotta catch his fade.
But this is all a huge buildup. What I can't decide is if this is gonna be an all-out war, Luffy versus Blackbeard, or we're talking like Luffy versus the government. It's a Straw Hats versus the world, period. But what will be the final battle? Maybe we don't even know the antagonist. Like it's just to be told, to be
told. The greatest story ever told. All right, but this is fire. Like your order, a little iffy on my personal opinion, but what you got is a majority with like 3 omissions is what I got. So
I can live with that.
I had to put an honorable mention in. And
wait. Let me say my honorable mention, because this isn't a series. This is a movie, and it was ahead of its time as well. And do you know what I'm about to say? Spirited Away.
I've never heard of it.
Oh my God! What? It's you ever heard of what is it? Half's Moving Castle. There's so many. Anyways, it's one of those directors that's really popular, and he has these multiple movies that are like really just so like in high regard, But
Okay.
definitely watch Spirited Away, bro. It's fine.
All right. Nah, for me though, honorable mention, which fake. I'm in the process of making like my actual like a video on like the top 10. Like I gotta add like information about the detail or whatever. But this is like the unedited version. I've never heard of Spirit. I've heard of it. I just never watched it. Actually, goddamn, son. Damn, relax. Honorable mention that fake might be number 10 because I don't know. Jujutsu Kaisen number 10. I don't know. I just feel like I need to see more. Like season 1 was some gas, some heat rock. I gotta see how they build off from there. So like depending on like
you should the bed, bro. It's very early, but that's
all right. But for me, number 10, Hunter x Hunter. I was rocking with it. Feel me? Solid. The Chimera art. I'm just like you, similar to you. I didn't want to say when you said it, but I was like, the Chimera art. I could have lived like throughout the first half of it. Like really, about the Ant Queen and shit. I honestly could have lived without it. Like we kind of dragged on a little bit, and I was like, all right. And then they kind of had to nerf mirror him because he had to die by the freaking poison or whatever. And I was like, yeah, that kind of killed it for me. But if they come back, I'll be so happy because it's still one of the best I've seen.
I just think the funniest part about all this is what my man's met his demise because of a military-made like bomb. Like niggas nuked him, bro. Like what?
He had to get nuked, son. He had to get nuked. He was too OP.
All this power leveling, but you ain't shit. We got a bomb. Goodbye. Like you're dead.
Yeah. So, all right. Number 9, Black Clover. I'm up to date with the manga for Black Clover. Oof. And it's some gas on the way. If you're only an anime watcher of Black Clover, gas is on the way. Believe that. It has like in the beginning there were some similarities to Naruto, which were you can see it.
I understand.
But we hit a point. I forgot when the Midnight Sun. Once it hit that, it became its own story, and I was like, yeah, it's over. Like it's some heat rock from there. Like it was shit gas after gas, the devils and all this. I'm like, yo, it keeps on going. So I was like, let's go. Number 8, and depending on how this last season goes, I'm up to date with the season, but depending on how it ends, it might creep up. Attack on Titan, bro. Attack on Titan number 8. If fake might creep up into the top 5 range for me. It's solid. It's solid as fuck. Mad convoluted. I love like the mad thought-provoking stories. I love that shit because I love One Piece. So like kind of like similar, like
all these different plot threads connecting and coming together for like a bigger purpose. Fire.
Yeah, that's me though. Number 7, Code Geass. I love me some Code
Geass.
I love me some.
It's funny. I've never seen it fully through. I just remember seeing my cousin watch it. It was gas for sure, but from an outside perspective, it looked like the main like character was evil. So I was like,
he actually wasn't. He actually was like a nice person. But Code Geass is one of those like. Actually, Attack on Titan, you can see like some inspiration from Code Geass in Attack on Titan. but that's another subject for another day. I don't know, but Kogias is simple. Well, not simple. It's mad like shit, but like it's short. It ends. It has a nice ending, and it kind of makes sense the way things go. Number 6, and this is where I I differ from you when you say the greatest story ever told. I agree, more like a 1A 1B behind. It's like this, like One Piece is 1B for me in terms of like the greatest story. It's my favorite number 1, but it's not the best story. The best story is my number 6, which is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Brotherhood for me, Brotherhood for me, I think is the greatest anime of all time. Doesn't make it the best, at least my personal favorite. No, it's not my personal favorite. But when you want a story short, it's like 60 something episodes to the point. There's no fillers. There's nothing in this. So everything in this anime reflects the story. And the concept of the story, I was like, oh, nah, this is some mind fucked up shit. But it's applicable to the real world. Like, equivalent exchange, you give what you get. If I give you something, I'm going to get that back. If I hurt somebody, I'm going to get hurt just as much. So it really, like, it's one of those, like, for like all animes have like the aspect of real life, like thought processes and stuff. But like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood was one of the first that really like thought about like the law of equivalent exchange and how that's to 2022. That's still applicable. That's still applicable. Like it doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are. If you do something, just best believe it's gonna come back full circle. And the way it ends, it's short to the point. Nice little bow, and it just One Piece is longevity, has the history, is goated.
As a fan base,
I feel like, but when you're talking about like a story though, sometimes stories have to end.
Yeah.
And for One Piece, as great as it is, we don't know how it's gonna end. It might end with a dud. No one owed it. It probably won't, but there's a possibility.
No way.
Possibility. But
No.
with Fullmetal Alchemist, we know how it ends, and it's short and compact, and it's just perfect. It's perfect.
I respect that. Respect it.
Number 5, though, Naruto. Naruto number 5, and as I watch more anime, and it hurts to say, as much as I fuck with Naruto, as I watch more anime, it kind of makes Naruto like less and less on my top 10. It's still gonna be in the top 10 forever. I just feel like it's gonna be a mainstay. I just feel like with Naruto, more so Shippuden, it got away from the main like stuff. Like he wants to be Hokage, but then everything kept just going and going and going and going and just. I love how he got to the Hokage at the end. I love it. He married her now. They're amazing for me. I just feel like with Naruto, as I watch more anime, there's anime that have a better story.
I definitely agree with you there. And I look back at all the filler they put in, you know, with the was it Nokiomi, whatever it's called?
Oh, Tsukiyomi, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, bro, we didn't need all that. Like you're taking away from the main story what we want to see. And there's just so many moments where it's like there's so many fillers. So many goddamn fillers, bro.
But you like Bleach though, it's the same thing.
I'm out. I never watched that filler BS. I skipped those. The story, the core main story, goes bonkers, bro. See, that's another thing about the influence of the anime community. They have the power to bring anime back. We got Bleach to like come back to be finished. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been waiting 10, 15 years for this shit, bro. And we here.
We thriving, surviving. Number 4. I don't know. You seeming like an old head for me, but I don't know if you know this one for me. This will forever, like when I say this will forever be in my top 5. No matter what anime comes out, this will like it has a special place for me because this is like because Dragon Ball Z is higher on the list, but like for me, what made me like fall in like absolute love with the concept of anime was this one right here, Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yu Yu Hakusho. Okay.
Yu Yu Hakusho for me, the Dark Tournament is one of the best arcs in anime history. I don't give a. I honestly don't care what anybody says. That's one of the nails I will like die into this day. The Dark Tournament, whatever happens after that, some people don't like it. I personally, I was okay with it. I liked it. But there's a lot of people like after the Dark Tournament, it kind of flops. It could have ended at the Dark Tournament. That's cool, but it was some gas after that. But the Dark Tournament alone was one of the best arcs in the history of anime. One of the best arcs. And you mentioned theme songs that were better than Bleach. Yu Yu Hakusho's theme song was some gas. Better than Bleach. Better than anything Bleach could jack for me.
You're gonna have to send me that one because I'm not jacking.
That's fair. That's fair. That's you. But it's me. Wait. But I mean, I feel like Yu Yu Hakusho, and I'm gonna ask you this question later, so you can kind of like this wasn't written, but it's more like I thought about it the other day. If there was one anime you could bring back, it was this animation like nowadays. What would it be? For me, it would be this one, because they kind of rebooted it a couple years ago, a couple episodes. I'm like, nah, if it's like this animation, like you put Demon Slayer animation into Yu Yu Hakusho, it's over for me. So they took the retro style and just made it better than what it was supposed to be.
Right.
They introduced the concept of the 4-man team. They introduced a badass side character like Hiei, which was it wasn't before Vegeta. I think it was like they came out at the same time, but like Hiei inspired Sasuke, which inspired Zoro. Like he kind of like Hiei was the guy that like him and Vegeta kind of like the good number 2 for the number 1, the number 1. And even Yusuke as a main character is one of the best main characters ever. Because he's more self-aware than a lot of other people. He knows his strengths and he knows his weaknesses. And he knows like what I do not just affects me. Like I'm the main character. He knows that. Like a lot of it, like they live their lives as like whatever. Like Luffy lives his life as a pirate who does what he wants to do.
Yeah, and it's all about him doing what he pleases, when he pleases, and just not being shackled by society and the government.
Yeah, which is we'll get to that later. But like for me, Yusuke was more like, yo, like I know that what I do, like I'm like the strongest motherfucker here. So like what I do reflects not just me, but the people around me. And to be he's a teenager to have that type of mindset is like mind blowing. That's why it's just number 4. It will forever be top 5. I don't give a fuck.
You say that, and I just think about Bleach. Like this man, I don't know, bro. Just the way he spoke about certain situations, it was like it wasn't even an option. Spoiler alert. Soul Reaper saves him. He gives him the ability to save his whole family. Boom. She's taken away. She's held hostage. She's gonna be executed. Some shit. And not a second did he have doubt or like hesitate to go save her. Like she literally, and he had just met the girl, like, and I guess what speaks so much volume is that he was just ready to take that step, to man up, to just do what he had to do, and it didn't matter what the cost was. Like, bro, you gotta watch Bleach.
That's on my list. I don't know. I feel this shit kind of turns me off a little bit. Not gonna lie.
You don't even need to watch the filler, guaranteed.
I won't watch the filler, but I'm just saying it is
hard. So that's even shorter. That's like 367 episodes.
That's like number 3. My Hero Academia.
Ooh. You're caught up with the manga though, right?
I am caught up with the manga.
I've seen some little spoilers that, not too much plot oriented, but I could see the potential.
It's great. It's potence. Very potence. Very potence. Very potence. The story, once I read the manga, I creeped it up to number 3. Because before I had like that 5-6 range, but once I read the manga, and I'm like currently like the shit's about to go down. The manga's actually about to end in like a year. So they say, whatever. But like when they say it's gonna end, but it's in its like final stages right now. So I'm like, okay, this is cool. Depending on how it ends, it might stay right there, number 3, because top 2 is not changing. I just refuse to let it change.
I can't wait to hear your second.
Number 2 is Dragon Ball Z. It was my first. It was my first, and it influenced not just my life. It put me onto the anime game. It influenced anime all around. Without Dragon Ball Z, anime would not be in the West. Without Dragon Ball Z, the concept of having your main character go through a transformation, having like mad shit that goes on, like iconic scenes, iconic moments. Dragon Ball has like the top 10 in its own show. You got Father Son Come On Me. You got Super Saiyan for the first time. You got Super Saiyan 3 like that. Like you got shit like that that transcends anime. And people are like, oh, but Goku's dumb and all that. He's a bad father. That's cool. People can have that mindset, whatever. If you look, take that part aside, and you're just damaging his character. But look at the story. Look at the story. Vegeta's character development is like literally the best, one of the best of all time. One of the best. He went from a murderous Saiyan who only wanted to preserve his clan and protect his race, pride in his race, to keeping that same pride, but knowing that I got shit to protect. He got kids, he got a wife. Like he's still a badass dude. All he wants to do is protect what's dear to him and protect his pride. Never wavering, never like kind of like Ichigo, like never like showing that weakness, like never hesitating. Like Vegeta's that one guy where no one could ever talk smack about him. The only thing they can say is he never beats the main guy. That's the only thing they can say bad about Vegeta. But other than that, Vegeta's like one of the best characters of all of anime.
I'm definitely with you there. I mean, like Dragon Ball Z, like Dragon Ball in general, even the OG show, like it really contributed to where anime is today, man. You can't take away from it. That's why I made my top 10. You know, the plot, it's not as complex. You know, I like to dig a little deeper and deeper meanings and plot threads. But like this, at face value for what it is, 100% one of the greats.
One of the greatest, and as it's kind of sucks because like it took a simple concept like Naruto, simple concept of like martial arts, right? But it introduced planetary shit, universal shit. We're like, damn, like why is this doing this? It took the simple concept at 0 to 100. Time travel, like it's shit like that. Like whoa, like why are we doing this? The simple concept of martial arts turned into energy blast, ki blast, and destroying up moons and all that other shit, blowing up planets, destroying dimensions, like shit like that was like whoa. But it went with the times. It kind of worked. People are excited for freaking like, as much as Dragon Ball, the story Dragon Ball Z ended. It continued and it broke the internet. There's a movie coming out. It's gonna break the internet. Like, literally, like it's just shit like that is just more like the iconic. Because we all watched it.
Yeah, definitely.
We all watched it. We all love it. You know what I'm saying?
It's like it's everywhere. It's in your face. It's like if you don't know what Dragon Ball is, it's like what rock have you been living in for all these decades? You know?
All these decades, bro. But number one though is One Piece. Like, what's known, my favorite saying, and naturally, if you're on this shit, you know, what's known don't gotta be explained.
That's a fact.
Because
but I'll still explain it anyway. Ask me.
Like One Piece, because I'm gonna make a video on like only 3 people are on the line right now. So my Mount Rushmore of anime is Pokemon. Call me Patrick Star because I don't know what you're using. this man, Josh, funny. Pokemon, Sailor Moon, DBZ, One Piece. One Piece because it literally Superman, One Piece. If you're in the same conversation as Superman that came out 100+ years ago, you know you're doing something right.
It's a fact. I mean, honestly, bro, this is gonna keep going propelling. This hasn't even ended. You know what I'm saying? We're not even close to being done. The story is ongoing, and the audience is just accumulating over years. Is like enormous, bro. This
It's
is
enormous. It's enormous.
we
If
don't.
you know, if everyone's excited for the 1,000th episode, the 1,000, and it literally shuts down Crunchyroll. It really shuts down Crunchyroll repeatedly because of one episode.
That was a fire episode too.
It was a 5 episode in the intro where they took it back. I should have said I was crying.
Well, every time they take it back, I'm not gonna hold you. One of the biggest reasons, like One Piece is so dear to me, is because it literally pulls at my heartstrings. We're talking about the commitment, to the loyalty, the friendship, the adventure, you know, the lust and drive for freedom and chasing after their dreams, bro. You know, everybody has a purpose, a greater goal that they're trying to aspire to, and it's like the fact that they all come together, like, is beautiful. You know, that's
beautiful.
No other words to describe it.
Like my man Josh said, if you never shed a tear while watching an anime, did you even watch it?
That's
Like when I'm watching an anime, I'm immersed in it. Like I feel like I'm in it at the moment. So whatever the main character or the side characters go through, and there's some shit, I'm gonna shed a tear. Ain't no shame in my game for me. Ain't no shame in my game. I'm gonna shed a tear. And One Piece has so many moments that made me like, yo, like this is some hero. When you talked about earlier, when I asked you earlier, like, what was that moment for you? Did I want to live? I was crying like a baby. When Aang died, I cried like a baby.
Yes.
When Nami was stabbing her arm, saying Arlong, 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 I was shedding like a baby.
She said, Luffy, help me.
Like,
and
I'm emotionally invested in
nothing, bro. And, you know, seeing her in that lowest of lows out of desperation, you know, and asking her friend for help, and him just be like, of course. And man gives her his treasure. Boom, take my hat. I'm gonna go take care of this. I got you.
Yeah, I got like shit like that. Like anime today, it has some of those moments, but they don't do it like One Piece. They don't do it like One Piece. I'm like One Piece forever. When it ends, 10, whatever, 5 to 10 years, whatever, I'm gonna rewatch the entire thing. I don't care. You got to rewatch it.
My kids are gonna be watching One Piece. Out of here.
My little young boys, whatever. But like for me, One Piece is one of those like we can go on and on forever about just One Piece.
Have a whole big episode just on.
But I did. I had an episode for me. You wasn't there. but maybe after Wano ends, we'll revisit One Piece and see like talk about the arc, whatever. But for me, One Piece, it transcends like this. We say transcends anime a lot for like a lot of anime, but when you really think about it, One Piece, DBZ, when I say like Mount Rushmore, Sailor Moon was like the first that had like a female lead to get women into anime.
Yeah.
And it was one of the biggest at the time too. So you gotta pay that love for the women, because like women nowadays watch anime a lot more than guys. Like they be going crazy. I mean, we be on our shonen shit, and women be on their shonen shit. They be on their romantic shit. They be on their drama shit. Like they be on their
love stories,
etchy shit. Like whatever. For me, like I was watching. You said earlier, you was like the anime you watch is a reflection of like what you like. That's a fact. Because when I was young, dumb, and full of cum, you feel me? High school, I was watching High School DxD, freaking Sekiro, all that other shit.
High School DxD, I know. We all had a High School DxD phase.
You feel me? It was just
and if you didn't, you lying, bro. You lying.
That's a fact. If you never watched it, you lying. Word to me. But like One Piece though, it transcends anime, and wherever it ends, that last episode, everybody and their moms are gonna. I'm a cry throughout the whole shit, knowing me. If I know it's like the last episode, or when I read like the last manga panel, and it says like the end or whatever, you know, every episode is like to be continued. If it says the end, I'm gonna cry, bro. I'm gonna be like shit. I'm like, my girl's gonna be like, yo, what's wrong, babe? I'm like, yo, One Piece is over. I'm like, I might have kids. I might have kids at the time. Like, yo, dad, what's going on? I'm like, yo, One Piece is over. I got no no heart no more. Like it's over, huh? Like it's you feel me? But yeah, bro. But for me, Mills again. We can talk all day about One Piece,
Because
but I appreciate your time today. You feel me? And when one knows over, I'll hit you up like yo, like pop back to the show one time for the one time. But for me, I appreciate your time. You feel me? And I'm gonna see you next time.
you already know. Shabazz family, I'm out. Thank you for having me. You know.
All right, peace, bro.
All right, my guy.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that does it for episode 14 of the Shabazz TV Show. I'm your host, the Wave God, Shabazz TV. Tune in on. Actually, no, I won't be. Oof, I won't be streaming Fortnite. I won't be. I'll be traveling. I'll see you guys maybe next week. I might drop a video. I might try to do some recording. I don't know. We'll see. But the last thing I want to say is, if you're gonna watch an anime, just watch it. Enjoy it. Don't watch it to finish it. Don't watch it to check off some like list that's never gonna be completed. Watch it for one, your curiosity, and two, just to enjoy something new. Become, like Josh said, emotionally invested, fully immersed into the anime. I don't care if you're talking about One Piece, DBZ, Ace of the Diamond, Haikyuu, whatever. Your Lie in April, whatever you were watching, become try to look at it through a positive mindset. Don't care what people on TikTok or IG or Twitter say, and they say, "Oh, yeah, One Piece is mid because it's 1,000 episodes. Naruto is mid. DBZ is mid." There's so many people that say things are mid, but they didn't give it a fair chance that it deserved. And because of that, we're so easily influenced these days where people would literally say, "Oh, I'm not going to watch this because my favorite content creator on TikTok said this was trash." Do you guys know how dumb that sounds? You're going to let someone else influence you, negatively influence you to not watch something. But if my man tells you, yo, if you give One Piece a fair chance, you're not going to do it. Give Attack on Titan a fair chance. Shout out to Natural, because without him, we had a little wager going on, I would never watch Attack on Titan. And I would never have loved it. I would never watch Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. And I would never have loved it. You feel me? So it's things like you need people in your life to tell you, like, yo, watch something. You should give this a chance. Not shut your ears off the rip because you have some preconceived notion of, oh, so this is mid, so I'm not going to watch it. My favorite content creator said this was mid, so I'm not going to watch it. But for me, I can go on and on all day about this. But for me, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have for today on the Shabazz TV Show. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe if you're new, tell a friend to tell a friend, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.